The collective I'm picking up on has achieved some kind of softening in yourself, in your relationship, in your life as a whole. There's some kind of acceptance, satisfaction popping out here. There's some kind of acceptance and trust that you've been able to integrate into your life. And the message that's been coming forward is you're not tripping. This is the reality that you're living. You know what I mean? Like you were successful in breaking some kind of pattern that said that you had to stay miserable. And I think that it was met with, I think that the process of breaking that pattern, you were met with a lot of upheaval. You were met with a lot of pushback, either from yourself and your mind, or like people who, guardianship, people who are taking care of you or that you're taking care of, people who are important to you. There was pushback in whatever this process looks like for you, but confidence poking out here, and luck at the bottom of the deck. You knew what you were doing the whole time. Preparation was the card that I didn't show because I was curious how it was going to play out in the message, and how it unfolded. But yeah, I feel like you were preparing for something. Maybe you didn't know what it was, but what you were preparing for is now, this moment right now, this experience, this okay. And then in the deck we have the King of Swords and the King of Cups. Oh my, softening. Under the King of Cups is the Star. Softening. A balance of head and heart. Softening. Ten of Swords. A balance of head and heart. I heard your head never really did much for you anyways. You know what I mean? Like all of that thinking, all of that ruminating, you were able to set that down because you were kind of like, let me cut my losses here. Maybe that's the perspective you took. Well, this didn't really get me that far, so why not just try to approach, and like kind of tossed something to the wind, right? You kind of tossed the Fool. You kind of tossed some way of thinking, some way of acting or motivating yourself is something that I'm hearing. Motivating, the way that you motivated yourself wasn't working. Wow, this is huge. The way that you motivated, and I'm noticing I have a big skylight above me here, and I'm noticing that the sun is like peeking. It's kind of a cloudy day today. The sun is peeking through the clouds and shining a little bit brighter. The way that you were motivating yourself at the time that, you were really embarking on this journey might have been very critical. Maybe the way that you were motivating yourself was by being hard on yourself and everyone else, right? The Hierophant. It felt just like the right thing to do, But I am hearing like you had a conversation with the Hierophant. You had a conversation with your inner authority, right? Or whoever handed you this idea that like this is how things are done. Spiritually, maybe physically, in the astral realm, maybe in your dreams, in your sleep, you had a conversation. And the Tower and the Six of Wands here coming out, with this Three of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. You were successful. It's kind of like you knew, the Star here again, you knew that it was time for great change to take place, and you knew it wasn't going to feel good. That's that Tower, that upheaval that I was talking about. You knew it wasn't going to feel good. And I think that there have been moments on this journey where you've questioned, like, am I doing the right thing here? Like, but that questioning, I don't think was entirely you. I think that this was a lot of other people's projections onto you. Because when you're in the middle of doing this kind of work, of course, a lot of what you're going to experience is like, well, what are they thinking? They're going against the grain. Like, this is different. Ooh wee. Like, I don't know, and so you're going to get a lot of criticism, but that right there, that is the point, because it is of your own creation. Other people are going to look at your process and say, I don't like that. I would do it this way. And it's like, well, okay, but you're not the one doing it. So fuck off. Like, go kick rocks, right? Yeah. Go away. Go take a nap. The Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Cups in its transverse, and the Knight of Cups. It's taken a lot of time for you to figure out what works for you. What is there's a couple of things here, you know, what you're bringing forward, what you're contributing to, like specifically what you're contributing to, but also like what you're bringing as contribution. You know what I mean? I think that everything got put under review here, you know, and I'm feeling like the collective that I'm reading for is one that you probably have faced some very serious like anxiety, nervous system issues that have been a contributing factor in kind of like helping you understand a little bit more about the process. So what I mean by this is like the way that your mental, emotional, physical health has been acting, like the way that it's been dancing with you in this process, your health has been dancing with you in this process. It's making you kind of move at a pace. It's like working with you, like the magic, the work that you're doing. When I say the magic, I mean like the intentions that you have in whatever it is that, you know, whatever pattern you are breaking or whatever. This is going to make sense for who it makes sense for. But the intention that you had, the way that worked with you was in the way that your body and your health overall was pacing you. Is this making sense? Your health kept you at a pace that made this sustainable. So if you've had dips in your health, if you have faced poor health or just really low energy, there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. Ooh, the Tower and the Five of Pentacles here. What's that about? How is that unfolding? The Hermit, the Queen of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, Temperance. Right now, it might really feel like okay, so there are some kinks that are really being worked out here. Okay, if you're spending a lot of time tending to yourself, I'm hearing the word sacrifice. There's been a lot of sacrifice. So if you're spending a lot of time tending to yourself and it feels like things are falling apart, the encouragement is to hang tight. This Temperance card is saying like, be patient. I'm hearing like there's more on the way. More is unfolding. The story is far from over. Ace of Pentacles, and the Five of Swords with the Two of Wands and the Three of Wands. I feel like the way that you approach that Ace of Pentacles, baby, because that's just an opportunity. Remember, like, don't get it twisted. A lot of these readers will say like, this is an incoming offering of money. No, it's not. It is an intention, a spell that you are casting. It's just raw energy. Okay, it's you're setting off on a journey. So that Ace of Pentacles is encouraging, but the way that you receive the opportunity here, this is why this message is coming through, is because the instability that you're feeling right now, do not label it as bad or unstable. Okay, it is a part of the process and it is required. Something is getting balanced, something is getting leveled out, and there is some discomfort. And with the Ace of Pentacles, it might come in the form of money, right? The Five of Wands, it might come in the form of money. On the split there, I was getting the Wheel of Fortune and the Six of Swords. So you're starting out on a whole new journey here. And your financial comfort, see, Wheel of Fortune and Justice, your financial abundance, your monetary abundance has a lot to do with it. And I think that there's been a lot of pain with this in the past, but you're being encouraged here to, my ears are ringing really nicely. Being encouraged here to just watch and keep being concerned about yourself here. Like, don't worry about other people's money, worry about your money and worry about your process, right? This is a message that I would pull from this deck. I would pull the wisdom of modest fortitude, okay? Devotion and creative ingenuity, kind of a similar message here. It's like paying attention to the process, focusing on the process as opposed to the goal or the outcome. This is a really important time to, bashfulness and an ending. It's like, it's a really good time to balance what your desires and your ambitions are with your actions and the state of your health, right? I know that was a lot. but you have options, not overwhelm.